Tape Deck Media.
See you at the party, Richter!
Welcome to See You at the Party, Richter. I am one of your hosts, Joseph Beck Castro, and joining me, as always, is Aaron Frescus.
Yo!
And Christopher Chapman.
Hello.
And we're going to be continuing our coverage of Arnold's 1993 action comedy vehicle, Last Action Hero. And as we've done thus far on these episodes for this movie, we have a guest with us, and we'd like to welcome back Erica Shasky.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome back.
All right, so this episode, we're going to be going through the summary of the movie, and we got a lot of that, so you don't want to... I'll cut it short.
And I won't.
Yeah. Damn, you stepped on my joke.
Sorry.
That's what the Moyle said to my mom.
Wait a second. Moyle's the guy that cuts your dick? Circumcises you?
Yeah.
He cuts your dick.
Yep,
Yeah.
cuts your dick. That's the technical term.
All right.
Yep.
You get my dick cut.
Anyways.
Some people cut their teeth. I cut my dick.
People cut their teeth?
Both of those sound very painful.
Yep.
All right. Well, anyways.
On what?
We're already off to a bad start. Or a great start if you're here for the jokes.
Or if you don't like dicks.
Yeah. Or teeth, for that matter. Anyhow, Chris, go ahead and take it away.
Okay. We begin on a balmy Christmas night in L.A. and see a small army of LAPD cops are being held at bay by a lone maniac named the Ripper, as he holds a group of children hostage on a rooftop. As the loud and stereotypically angry police chief tries to gain control of the situation, we see a pair of cowboy boots confidently striding atop the roofs of police cruisers to make their way toward the building. And man, you gotta love those boots.
Those are nice boots, I think. As far as boots go, I don't know.
Yeah, seem good. I don't know.
I think they're cool. I mean, that entrance just makes you be like, damn, he's so cool.
Yeah. But, like, it's kind of rude to walk all over the cars,
I
but
know.
whatever. I realized while watching this that the teaser trailer that we watched there's no explosions in this scene.
No.
So that explosion was specifically for the trailer.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
that shot's
okay.
nowhere in like, there's no shot even comparable
It started
to
to
that.
seem like
Yeah,
it
I
was
don't
when
know.
it first starts, but yeah. No.
Let's see. We see that these boots belong to Jack Slater, a renegade cop who will stop at nothing to get his man. Despite the best efforts of the police chief, Mayor Tina Turner, and the lieutenant governor, Slater makes his way to the building and relieves the SWAT team member who tries to bar his entry.
Yeah, I like that cameo right off the bat with Tina Turner.
Yeah. Which, like, why is that in there? Was she in something that I'm not remembering?
It's Tina Turner.
No, I mean, I love Tina Turner, sure, but like...
I don't know. It was just another example of the media latching on to any little thing that might be proof of the film's oversized budget. It was basically, at the time it was reported that Tina Turner received a multi-million-dollar payday for her cameo instead of the $5,000 that she was actually paid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So,
Jesus.
yeah, I don't know.
Fucking assholes.
And then I bought just a note for you guys and for anybody that's listening. I bought the Blu-ray and listened to the John McTiernan's director's commentary.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you guys some of the good stuff that he gave to me throughout the summary. And I got the first one here, which is the film is, quote, carrying the burden of too much money and too much importance. And then also basically admits that he didn't have enough power to fight the studio. Saying, quote, it's difficult. You get to the point where you have to be a real general to move the machine around and make it turn out movie footage that really has shape and is unique, as opposed to just a giant studio product. And he basically compares it to like directing for the Harry Potter franchise and how involved the studio is in those because there's so much money on the line. So basically, he said, like, I didn't have the power for it. Like James Cameron or a Steven Spielberg or like maybe probably like, I don't know, like a Scorsese or someone like that. He probably could have fought back and pushed back, but like, yeah.
Damn, even McTiernan didn't have the power?
Yeah.
That's kind of like, you know, you hear about like Marvel directors now, like they get
indie directors.
Yeah, exactly. They like pluck indie directors and then give them multi-million-dollar movies. So that makes sense to me. But McTiernan had already done Die Hard, right? And then Predator. And like, he didn't even have the power.
The Medicine Man.
Oh, shit. I forgot about the Medicine Man.
Yeah.
Medicine Man.
Anyway, that's all. Sorry.
Anyway,
And
all right.
there's also a little cameo if you've seen The Americans, the FBI agent.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's in the background.
He's
I
also
noticed
in
him.
The Truman Show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy.
What's he in
Yeah,
The
I
Truman
recognize
Show?
that
I
guy.
don't think that was a cameo. I think it was just.
It was yeah.
Well,
That's the early
yeah.
part.
Yeah.
yeah.
He's a cameo for me because I was like, hey, that
He's
guy.
the best friend in the
If you
Truman
can't
Show.
name him, I would say it's not a cameo.
Yeah, okay, thanks. I do like how the opening's very Die Hard, though. Like Christmas, building,
Yeah.
hostage.
Oh yeah, he says it's Christmas. Huh?
It is Christmas, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
Christmas
Well, there's
lights and
Christmas
shit.
lights. Yeah.
There's a lot to it's a lot of stimulus going on at the same time. So
I mean, it doesn't help that it is LA and there's like no indication that it's
Yeah.
Christmas aside from the lights. It like I said, looks kind of balmy out that night.
also I wrote down the line which let the children go, just because the way he says children,
yeah.
children, like the first thing he yells, Ripper, let the children go. It's just I don't know.
It screams it. Yeah.
This whole character is funny. to
I
me.
thought you were talking about the other line, the line where he gets up to the building and he.
Oh, the
This is
acres.
yeah. That's such a weird line to me. It's funny, like it's funny how ridiculous it is, but it's such a stretch, which I get is kind of the point. But
Did you watch it with the subtitles on?
no,
Okay,
why?
because it's spelled like a what is it? What's the line? It's
It's you want to be a farmer? Here's a couple of acres,
but it's spelled like ache, like
like a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of like
acres.
That's how I
like-
wrote it down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's because I was watching the whole thing with the subtitles on, and I was like, "Wait, what?" I got to look at that because
Yeah,
like
no, I definitely didn't get it the first time I watched it. I was like, I don't understand.
acres, and then like his balls.
His balls ache. He has pain in his scrotum. Anyway, so
That's part of what's great about this movie. Every time you
Scrotum
watch
pain.
it,
I
you
agree.
just catch something new.
Scrotum jokes?
Oh, yeah,
Erica,
scrotum
Erica
pain.
loves scrotum jokes.
Yep.
Joke.
Call some scrokes.
It's the scroops.
extension. I guess we know what Aaron's into now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Slater makes his way to the roof where he finds Andrew, his son, held by the Ripper with an axe to his throat. The Ripper lays out his grievance with Slater, who put him in jail, and orders him to drop his weapons. Slater proceeds to dump enough firepower to kill the Ripper 10 times over.
Such a
And
stupid
it
joke.
kind of makes me wonder if he had more shoved down his pants. But the last thing
There's
he throws
definitely
down,
one last gun shoved down his pants.
the last thing he throws down is a grenade with the pin pulled. But the Ripper calls his bluff and has Andrew pick up the fake explosive.
Yeah, thank God that the kid picked up that grenade, fake grenade.
Yeah. So as the Ripper gloats, Andrew presses a button on the grenade to reveal a secret knife with which he stabs his captor in an attempt to break free. Slater dives for his gun as the Ripper's axe flies past his head, and maybe that movie was in 3D because that's how they shot it.
That
Like the axe
that
was
is how it
flying
looked.
straight out of the
That
at the
looks
screen.
cool.
Yeah, but he dives for his gun. He squeezes off a couple of shots, and we see nothing as the picture loses focus and the sound distorts. We pull out to reveal a movie theater empty except for some napping hobos and a very annoyed teenager, Danny.
It was right around here that John McTiernan, back to director's commentary, said, quote, "The difficulty was, is this an action movie or is it a children's summer comedy?" He still doesn't know.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure it out. Which I was like, okay.
Do you know when he recorded the commentary?
Well, this is a new DVD, so
Oh, okay,
or
so
a new
relatively
Blu-ray.
recently.
It came out and he sounds old as fuck.
Yeah, I guess he did refer to the
This
Harry
is
Potter
John
movies
McTiernan.
or the Harry Farter movies, as you put it.
He what? Yeah. Well, that could have. Yeah, but that's like from 2003 to 2010.
2001.
I think it was like 2001. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 2001
Yeah.
to 2010.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It sounds about right.
So it
But
doesn't have
still,
to be
yeah.
super
No, it's
recent,
if
but-
it's it was relatively new. I think it came out in like 2021. The Blu-ray 4K. It's 4K, so it's not that old, right? Or is 4K old?
4K's got to be at least 10 years old, if not.
Oh,
Yeah, I bought a 4K TV in 2016 for
Yeah.
pretty
Okay.
cheap. So, but while we're talking about Harry Farter,
Which is a good name for my butt.
yeah,
Sorry, I was sitting on that one.
well, sorry to bring everybody down, but I was going to say fuck J.K. Rowling. She's garbage. human
Also
being.
true. Very, very
Yeah.
true.
So,
Piece of shit.
yeah, that's all.
All right. so Danny tries and fails to get the projectionist's attention So he makes his way up to the projection booth to find that Nick, the elderly projectionist and Danny's only friend, has fallen asleep. And I just noted as Danny was walking through this theater is fucking humongous.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if that's a real thing. Like obviously it's a major city in New York, but like, I don't know. That still seems gigantic.
It was a real theater.
Was it like movie theater though? Not like a fucking opera house or some shit?
That's a good question.
Okay.
I know what theater it is. The inside of the theater is an actual theater in downtown Los Angeles called the Orpheum Theater.
Oh, okay.
But then the outside was actually in New York City, obviously. But yeah, so the inside is the Orpheum, which now I'm curious.
Well, the Orpheum here in San Francisco is like
a venue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the Orpheum is a movie theater.
But basically, I mean, you might be a little too young, but I think a lot of movie theaters were like that before. And then they built that Edwards on San Marcos Boulevard, and we got all fucking because it had the stadium seating, because we were used to going to the one over on Nordal. I think it was a piece of shit, but
I worked at that one, and yes, it was.
Yeah. But yeah, that one, I don't know if it was that big, but it was that kind of setting, till they realized like, hey, let's stack people on top of each other.
Yeah. Do you think it's the same like theater?
What do you mean?
Like, is the one in San Francisco?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if like Orpheum,
like it's a chain or something.
Yeah,
Orpheum Theater.
I don't know if that's.
It's probably just a word that has something to do with plays or something.
Yeah, like the Bowl, the Hollywood Bowl, and
exactly.
The Berkeley Bowl are probably the same fucking company.
Yeah, it looks like it's. Yeah, it's definitely not a movie theater. Because I saw a picture of it, and it had like it's a regular, like a
venue, like you said.
Yes, it's a venue.
The top 3 things it says that it's used for is Last Action Hero, Spider-Man 3, and The Shape of Water.
Oh yes, it is,
as well as American Idol.
Spider-Man 3, her one of her Broadway things was filmed there.
Yeah.
So yes. So yeah,
gotcha.
Okay.
So it's more like a real, yeah.
Yeah, because I read that too, but yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So Nick, so he's talking to Nick, the projectionist. Nick laments his age and offers to show Danny the new Jack Slater movie before it opens if he comes back to the theater at midnight. Danny excitedly agrees before Nick urges him to get to school so he doesn't miss the entire day. Danny leaves the theater and walks out into the cold, grimy, and indifferent reality of New York City, which might explain why the teenager would rather spend all his time fantasizing about the antics of on-screen action heroes.
And I'm actually curious how many actual theaters is this like inside that, like in the movie,
like how big it's supposed to be.
Yeah, like how many theaters it had to be. Although I'm pretty sure it's just the one, because the marquee up front only has Jack Slater 3 listed.
And that theater was huge. Like it was just the size of the actual like play stage.
Exactly. But there was a theater that used to be in Escondido that it was called the Vineyard Theaters, and it was only 2 theaters. Yeah. But it was where all the cheap movies would play.
Oh yeah. We can get them for like $1.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you would get them for $1. So my dad we saw a lot of movies because my dad is, anyway. And I only bring that up because I found it funny that this is that theater was exactly the type of theater that would have taken a hit financially from the deal Columbia had with the theaters that booked the movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Which that theater, I think, is like they say in the movie, it's shutting down. It's getting taken over by Lowe's or something like that. Not like a Lowe's. Like
no.
I think what is it? How do you say that? Lowe's? Lowe's? No, it's not the like hardware store. It's an actual like theater chain. It's an old theater chain. I don't think it still exists.
I'm not aware of it. Yeah,
it's Loews. It's Lowe's.
Yeah, it's got to be Lowe's. Yeah.
But yeah, it says that Lowe's is coming here soon. There's like a sign outside when he walks out. Wow. But also, this is the first time for the director's commentary. This is the first time that John McTiernan apologizes and says that the movie should have had a more ironic tone, like a Kurt Vonnegut novel. And then he follows that up by saying, quote, "I'm so serious and I'm so sorry about that." Like seriously, it's apparently the DVD commentary for Batman Forever is a lot of Joel Schumacher. Was it Not Batman Forever. Batman and Robin was
Yeah.
Joel one of them was
Schumacher,
something like Joel
apologizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, he also says that Austin O'Brien was wonderful and perfect for the role, and everything about him appears genuine, which I agree with. And I don't like. You've got a lot of people, especially the writers, like Shane Black and Zach Penn, and like just fucking hated Austin O'Brien. I think he's fine in this movie. Yeah, like they were not nice about it.
No, he's great. If they like, I don't know. If there was anything I didn't like in the movie, it's that I felt like some of the lines were clunky, and it's like that's not on him.
Yeah,
But like, yeah, I don't know.
Also, when Danny's leaving the theater to head to school, we see a couple of cardboard cutouts promoting Jack Slater 4.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them's of Bridget Wilson, and then the other one is of Arnold holding a gun and dynamite, which I'm pretty sure is the picture, like what the
What that-
Times Square balloon was based
that
on.
big balloon was based on.
Yeah, exactly. The one that they took down.
Yeah.
And then the actual theater in New York, like the outsides, was in Times Square, and it was called the Empire Theater, which is still sort of there, although it was converted into an AMC with the actual like theater lobby.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, the actual theater is now the lobby of the AMC.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah. So it looks
Damn.
like I looked at pictures of it last night. It looks cool. It's kind of weird because it like goes in and then opens up. But yeah. By the way, I also forgot that Times Square, because when he walks outside, you're like, where the fuck is he? That's Times Square.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I completely forgot that Times Square used to be way different, like all sleazy and dangerous and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, my understanding is that by the 90s, it was actually cleaned up a bit. Like in the 70s, it was fucking scary.
I actually looked up when it changed because I was curious after watching this, but I guess basically during the mid 90s is when Giuliani was mayor.
Oh, okay.
Disney ended up buying one of the theaters, and after that, like renovated it, but that wasn't until like 95.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you said that theater is still a theater, even if it's like a corporate one. I thought you were going to tell us it turned into like a fucking M&M store or an Olive Garden or something.
Oh, no, but all those theaters that when he walks outside, there's a bunch of theaters.
Yeah.
All those were theaters, but they were all closed down. Damn. So they just went in there and then like put the stuff like the marquee up or whatever. But yeah, those were all like empty theaters. But like,
That's great. How do you have so many theaters in such close
I
proximity
mean,
to each
it's
other?
like Broadway area.
I mean, I guess if they're all two screens or whatever, it's...
well, if they're all two screens, or if they're all showing porn movies.
Yeah.
That's true.
The funny thing about the Giuliani thing is he takes credit for cleaning up Times Square, even though the ball was already rolling before he was mayor, because the city had been working on it since the 70s.
Yeah, for decades.
Yeah, but I guess it used to be pretty dangerous. Like the worst part of the city, some article I was reading, is 42nd Street, like right there, basically.
okay.
And you got Giuliani bragging about getting rid of all the sex shops, because there used to be a bunch of sex shops and like quote unquote vagrants and then porno theaters. But then a 2007 article I read was said it would like the sex shops just basically moved. They made some law that the sex shops couldn't be within like a certain yards of a bunch of different things. Like there was enough things to where they had to move out of Times Square.
Got it. Was that Disney? Was that Disney was just like, you can't be within fucking 100 feet of us?
Well, no, they were already wanting to, like New York, the city was already wanting to clean it up.
Oh,
but
okay.
So basically the sex shops, the 2007 article said that sex shops just moved to the industrial areas along the water. And then the porn theaters were already dying out, like anyway, due to the growing like availability of internet porn.
On VCRs.
And the home video market? Yeah.
Yeah, well, just like internet porn, like even like because you don't even have to go to like a sex shop for that. Because before, like Joe remembers, like you had to actually go to like fucking sex shop to like get like buy porn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but in 1995, it might be easier to walk down the corner of the store and buy porn than get something off the internet.
Well, no, this was 2007.
Oh, this
so
was
like,
2000. Sorry, I
yeah, so
missed that part.
the porno theaters started dying because of that.
I see.
And then as far as like clearing out the vagrants, what I read was that they increased the size of the police force. So basically, the more police you had patrolling, the less likely like supposedly people are to commit.
Well, don't forget
crimes.
the racist ass stop and frisk law.
Yes,
So- Yeah.
that was called the broken window something or other.
Just
Like
broken window policing. Yeah.
broken window policing and broken window policy they had there. So like basically anybody they thought might be causing a disturbance, they would stop. They would, So you're going to get
profiling.
everybody-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
exactly.
profiling.
Yeah. And then they started, the business started buying up stuff and like people started moving out.
Mm.
But sorry, I was like looking at the stuff because I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much right after this that stuff started.
So it was like scary. Like it is scary
Yeah.
for this kid to be out there in the middle of the day.
Yeah, it was still like, it was getting, I think it was getting a little better at
Sure.
the time because there was like a opinion article in the New York Times that I read that was, it was one of the Times Square redevelopment, like the chairman complaining about, I guess they made a deal with the movie to like help with the filming and like help with the cleaning and all that if Columbia had Arnold Schwarzenegger like promote Times Square. Columbia
Basically, be like,
okay.
look how great it is.
yes, exactly. Like we're cleaning it up and all that stuff. Like, but Columbia didn't do it.
Oh.
Yeah, it never happened.
Nice.
So it was the opinion article was complaining like fuck them, like in a nice way, but fuck them basically. Yeah.
That is funny. All right. Let's see. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was looking over everything that the Orpheum was used for, and I was proud of myself because one of the things in the back of my head that I was like, I'm pretty sure I've seen that staircase in an Angel episode.
Oh.
Was correct.
Nice.
So it was like
Nice.
Got
You're gonna
pull.
get another one of those because
another Angel background thing.
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Go ahead.
All right. So now we cut to Danny in English class where his teacher, Mrs. Wilson, does that thing that teachers love to do, where they try to make classic literature sound as exciting as any modern movie, claiming that Hamlet is actually an action hero and showing the Laurence Olivier movie adaptation. Danny tries to pay attention, but when Hamlet pauses pre-stab to give a monologue, Danny can't really help but fantasize about what a better movie this would be if it starred Schwarzenegger, smoking stogies and delivering one-liners before blowing away the royal court of Denmark.
This is Joan Plowright, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Stepping on my.
I'm not. I'm just.
Oh,
who
you're
was
probably
actually.
going to tell me right now, yeah.
Yeah, it was Laurence Olivier's, who's in the movie. It's his widow.
Got it.
Oh.
And then I love when the kids like laugh when he says bosom because that got me too. That got me
I
too.
didn't even notice that. I was wondering why they were
Yeah,
laughing.
that's why they started laughing. He said bosom. I rewinded a couple times because I was like, wait, why are they laughing? Oh, he said bosom. Okay. But I think he was talking about his own bosom. So I don't know.
I just
Think
like
so?
this kid's
I can't
imagination. Like such
yeah.
a good like switch into like his mind and how he's repicturing the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this kid ain't got no friends.
He's got one friend, an elderly man.
Well, I particularly like this scene as somebody that had a few friends as well. Thought it was cool.
Yeah, the color grading and everything is great on that.
Yeah.
Sounds like he lit it right and everything. Damn.
Yeah.
He's watched a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hamlet, that Hamlet Castle set was actually leftover set from originally built for the 1992 Dracula movie, the one starring Keanu Reeves, and that was directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah.
And who played Dracula?
Gary
It was,
Oldman, yeah.
Gary
Gary
Oldman. Yeah. Dracula. Yeah. That movie was bad.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was not great.
It was bad, but Nosferatu, the new one that came out.
That was good.
I mean, I know it's the same basic thing, but it was like, this is just the 1992 Dracula. It's the same, which I know is the whole Dracula story, but
Yeah,
like,
they got like sued, right?
who? Did they?
Yeah, so whoever did Nosferatu, like I think the original Nosferatu, got sued.
The 19
Oh, yeah, probably.
like the 1930s or 40s
Yeah.
version or whatever.
Yeah, because they just,
Yeah, because it's
Did,
just Dracula.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just Dracula. They just did the same story. They just changed the character's name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I really particularly like how this kid's version of Hamlet is like before its time and is basically like how they decided to do Romeo and Juliet in 96.
Yeah.
Like it's the color grading, it's the like bringing guns in instead of swords. Like I'm just like all about it where I'm just like this kid is before his time. This whole movie is before its time.
I mean, he's the only one that has a gun, but yeah.
Yeah.
Which is just great.
That makes it
'cause
better.
Yeah.
I mean, he did change the wording into more like Schwarzenegger lines instead of having him like quote Shakespeare, but still, like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's see. So as we finish the daydream, we go from an exploding castle to an exploding coyote as Danny watches Looney Tunes after school while his mom takes a call from the school about her son missing half his classes. And also he has a very cool mom. She actually covers for him like missing
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
So as Danny's mom gets ready for work, she tries to get through to him to keep him from cutting any more school to see movies he's already seen. Very skillfully balancing the dead dad guilt trip with the cool mom compassioning. She's just real good at it. Did you have something about that, Aaron?
Yeah, it was just another director's comment where he says that the set designer made Danny's apartment way too big originally for a New York apartment, so he had to cut it by half.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good instincts because
he said that. Well, he talks about that. He's like, I was the only one because he's old. Like he's really old. Anyway, but he basically says he's like, I was the only one that actually lived in New York. All like everybody that was part of the movie was all from LA. So when I saw that, I was like, this is way too big. He said that it was about the size of a standard LA apartment, which are I guess bigger. Yeah. Like we stayed in one apartment in an Airbnb in New York, and it was. It was small, I guess.
I didn't think it was that small. I thought there would have been more. Cluttered. It was cluttered. Yes. It would have been fine if it wasn't cluttered.
Every single thing that he's ever owned or been given since he was a kid in there.
It was basically like he probably got married and his new wife was like, nah, dog, that's not coming into our house. Go put that in your other house.
Yeah, it was like an old lady's apartment.
Yeah. There were pictures literally ceiling to floor on the walls.
Good God.
To where you could not scoot past anything without accidentally knocking a picture frame that was on the wall.
Like shit that was, he had stuff that you're like, okay, I need to make sure not to bump into that because that's going to fall off of there and it's going to break.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would you? Anyway, McTiernan also mentions that it's the whole scene is orange because of the set designer, which I didn't notice. The set designer, it was orange, but he wanted it dark green, more dreary and realistic, which I didn't notice either.
I noticed green. I don't remember seeing orange.
No, the whole thing's kind of orange. The lighting in there is very
orange.
Yeah, orangish.
I felt like the decor was green. I felt like the paint walls were green. The couch.
Yeah, the walls were green. Because
I think the tile in the bathroom's green.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
So after his mom is gone, Danny spends his night doing homework in front of the TV, which, if he's anything like me, means he completed about one question for every 2 hours of TV he watched, with the understanding that he'd definitely do it in the morning, for sure.
Yeah.
As it gets later, Danny gets ready to head out to the theater, but hesitates when he looks out into the hall and sees a suspicious-looking dude kind of hanging out and walking by. He gathers his courage, though, and leaves the apartment. But before he can lock the door, he is assaulted by a burglar with a switchblade, who throws him in the bathroom and tells him to cuff himself to the drainpipe. When Danny shows a little attitude, the presumed meth head laughs and puts down the knife, offering a free shot to stab him, but Danny can't do it. The burglar then berates Danny when he can't find anything worth stealing in the apartment, and then throws the handcuff key in the toilet.
You gotta know where you're stealing from, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
These are all
you know your neighborhood.
Look, either you live in the building, in which case you know how shitty these apartments are.
Exactly.
Or at least you see the kinds of people coming in and out of it. It's come on, man.
Get the guy that's walking in with the top hat. Don't
yeah.
You gotta follow that guy. Top hat and monocle, he's swinging his cane around as he's walking.
Go up to the penthouse, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the penthouse of that building is probably where you need to go.
For sure that building had a penthouse.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had a doorman too.
By the way, you see when the thief pushes Danny against the wall that when he first comes into the apartment, that Danny's hands are fucking torn up.
Yeah.
Did you guys notice that?
Yeah. I noticed it a few times. And I don't know later in the movie, I thought it was from this scene.
Exactly.
But I noticed this time it was already...
No, it was already on there.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if we talked about this before, but I noticed it and I tried to find out if there was a reason for it, but I couldn't find anything except a Reddit thread basically asking the same question with someone basically saying that maybe it was possibly from a cutscene. Maybe he got in a fight at school with another kid and that's why he doesn't have any friends, keep trying to escape to movies by himself because of that or something.
In the original script, he does almost have a fight with another kid, but I think Nick saves him. It's in the alley outside the theater. Or something.
Okay. At school, Nick's just wandering around outside the school.
He uses the magic ticket to appear at school.
That's how we met Danny. He was just hanging out. They met through the fence.
Outside of middle school.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just weird.
Come to my theater.
It was just weird that it was included with no explanation and it wouldn't have been a big deal or I probably wouldn't have noticed it. But it takes up like half the shot when the thief pushes him
Yeah.
up against the wall, so it's distracting.
And it's all one shot, so it's not like they had any time for any fighting to happen outside the door. Like, you see him leave, and then 2 seconds later, he's back inside.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, and he's eating popcorn watching the movie later, and you can definitely see it on his hands.
for sure.
So that was one of my notes.
Also, not to be picky, but what was the point of the scene? Because I completely forgot about it until I watched it again for this.
So that you know he picked up that key for later.
Wait,
that's,
what key?
That's part of it. The handcuff
What
key.
key?
The handcuff key.
That he had to fish out of the toilet to get.
He
okay.
he hangs on to it, and he needs it later.
But also, it's like
Wait, when does he use it later?
when he gets handcuffed again.
When Practice cuffs him
Oh.
to the. Yeah.
Wait, is that implied, or does it actually?
No,
show
it
him
shows
unlocking
it. He pulls it out of
he
his
pulls
pocket.
it out of his. See, okay, like I wasn't sure if it was just to show how much the real world can suck, or like
That so it serves a lot of purposes actually. So it's to show the real world sucks. It's to set up the handcuff thing. It's also like a running thing with him because he has the chance to shoot Practice later.
Yes.
And he doesn't, and Practice just walks up to him and steals the gun again. So it's
So he's
kind
a
of like
coward.
well, again,
Just
that
kidding.
might be left over from the original script again, because in the original script, the choice he has to make at the end of the movie is like,
Yeah.
am I going to shoot this guy or not? Like the devil theater owner really wants him to shoot him at the end. Like he's desperate to get him to shoot the gun.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know, but that kind of feels like leftover.
Okay, I just didn't apparently never noticed the key thing, but it was like him being late doesn't have anything. I don't know. Anyway,
Oh no, that does nothing.
I forgot the Devil Theater owner was original script, and I was waiting for it the whole time while watching it this time, and was like, "Wow, this twist is never happening."
She's like, Nick's such a fucking asshole.
I
I can't
know,
believe it.
like
Fucking
just
piece of
waiting
shit.
for him to be like, "Ha, ha, ha." No, never happened.
So later at the police station, the disinterested cop taking Danny's statement reminds him that his mom said to go straight home. But Danny sees that it's approaching midnight, so he runs to the theater instead. Nick lets Danny in dressed as an usher and reminisces a bit about his dreams of being in show business. Nick tells the story of how he once met Houdini, who gave him a magic golden ticket that he claimed was a passport to another world, with a mind of its own, although Nick never worked up the courage to try and use it. So he gives the ticket to Danny, and as he tears the ticket for admission, a small flash of magic is seen. Well, maybe not seen by the characters, but we get to see it. And Danny gets his ticket stub, and the other half goes in the box.
when Nick is talking about being a projectionist and says it's not much, but it's showbiz, it reminded me of like the Regal Theater ads that they
Yeah,
played before the
Jesus.
movie when they're hiring. That said something similar. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Get your start in the film industry,"
Yeah,
or something like
always
that.
makes
Like,
me laugh every single time.
those they're dumb. Like because some like dumb naive teenager in like Ohio or something like that. I saw him and was like, "Oh fuck yeah!" Like immediately applied. Not that I can
And
talk.
also
because-
thinks he's going to work at that fancy Regal that they show in the commercial that I don't know if it actually exists anywhere.
oh, is there a fancy one in that commercial?
In that commercial, they make the Regal look
Yeah.
like it's like super freshly remodeled. It's huge. It's
It
full of
looks like
people. It's got like
in
an
this
arcade and
theater.
shit.
Like in the
But
Orpheum.
like actually cleaned up.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that I can talk though, because I worked at a theater when I was a teenager, and if those ads were out, that totally would have worked on me.
100%.
Like, yes.
If they hadn't played when I was fucking 24 and disillusioned or whatever, I would have totally bought into that.
And then one of the pettier criticisms for this movie has to do with this scene and the magic ticket being not like the whole magic ticket thing, but it being attributed to Harry Houdini. Because I guess Houdini was actually a pretty vocal opponent of spiritualism. Like he would,
Oh, really?
Yes.
like he would go around and debunk psychic mediums.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Which is
Remember,
always just fun to watch.
they said that when we went to the Winchester house.
Did he go there?
Yeah, they said that he was like a guest there to try to like specifically debunk
Yeah.
something or other there.
Try to convince that crazy old lady to stop that shit.
Yeah, we had like
Well-
a behind the scenes tour and they were talking about him.
The article that I read, or maybe it was Wikipedia, but like that his dad was because he's Jewish or was Jewish. He's not Jewish anymore. He's actually Christian now.
Converted. Jew for
But
Jesus.
no, he was Jewish, and his dad was a rabbi. Is that what, rabbi? Like he's a Jewish preacher. Was that a rabbi?
It's a rabbi.
Yeah. I'm gonna start calling like ministers or preachers, like Christian rabbis. Christian rabbis. There's a Christian rabbi.
Look at this Christian Moyle over here.
And when pretty much like
Lorena
his dad's
Bobbitt?
like his dad's like
Old ref.
like a rabbi, but I don't know. It was something like he basically saw that his dad was full of shit.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I mean, that doesn't bug. I found that interesting. It didn't bug. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to point anything
The
out.
thing that bugged me was the fact that it was like, oh, your mom said go straight home. Your mom's not down there at the police station checking on you. She's not worried that you got like
work.
assaulted or anything.
She
can't
probably
miss
works
a
at a
shift.
restaurant.
Yes, she's
Yeah,
almost
it's true.
certainly a
Right.
waitress.
They're not gonna let her go for any reason.
Exactly.
Not unless
And she
she's like physically stabbed. They're still like, you can carry a tray, right?
Especially if she works in Manhattan.
Yeah,
Like, she
true.
ain't getting out
Sorry.
of there.
If he died, she'd still have to wait for her lunch break to go down.
Yeah.
It's fucking-
Lunch break, good one.
Those don't
she,
exist.
she got her 10-minute break to.
Right?
yeah.
10 minutes.
To mourn.
To minute. It's her smoke break.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just running with a cigarette in her hand to the police.
Like-
Like, that's my son. And then runs
Almost.
back.
just to identify the body.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Almost take up smoking just so you can have extra breaks.
Okay, and then during him giving Danny the ticket part, John McTiernan sings that at times the movie falls into the right tone, but in general it should have felt more magical. Like basically saying like more magic reality all the way through. And then he says once again, it was quote, "Sorry, we did the movie very rapidly." Then he goes on to blame himself and not the editors because he says that the way he shoots isn't very flexible, which I'll explain a little later. But yeah, it's a lot of apologizing. I'm really sorry about this.
Say it's not very magical. It more just seems like Nick's senile.
Well,
Like this poor kid shows up at midnight to a theater where the guy dresses as an usher and is like, Harry Houdini gave me a ticket. Like it's literally like this guy should be put in an old people home real quick.
Grandpa needs to get put into a home.
Yeah, like he escaped and we need to take him back.
He's just saying that it needs he should have leaned more into like the either way, like lean more into the magic side of it.
I kind of agree. This is kind of one of my favorite scenes in the movie. I don't know. I just like the vibe.
How would you do it more magical?
How would you? I don't. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. Yeah,
that's
I
up
don't
to
know.
that's up to Shane Black.
But I just mean like, how would you make the scene more magical? Like, I can't think of a way that you would.
Tear the ticket, and then Harry Houdini, like his ghost pops up, and, starts berating them for believing in spiritualism.
This is horseshit, you see.
I don't know. I mean, unless Nick all of a sudden is like a younger usher, he like changes back into like I
Harry
don't know.
Houdini.
No, like his younger self as an usher. That would put some magic. I don't know.
It just gets really weird.
Yeah.
That's not bad. I guess you could make the theater magically cleaned up a little bit more.
Yeah, like a back in time type
While
of.
they sing a song.
Like Barney?
Like a spoonful of sugar.
Snow White?
All right. Anyway, so Danny goes and sits down with some popcorn, and Nick starts the movie. We get to watch the opening credits, which include that this is a Franco Columbo film.
Yep.
Did notice that.
After the credits, the picture begins at a coastal mansion as mob boss Vivaldi tortures the elderly Frank, revealed to be Jack Slater's favorite second cousin. Vivaldi pretends to be after information when in reality, he wants to feed Frank false information about a pact between the Vivaldi and Torelli crime families, knowing that it's going to get back to Slater. In actuality, Vivaldi is planning something big at this upcoming funeral. And if you're wondering why this summary will be so long, it's because of bullshit like this where we're setting up two movies at the same time. We also meet Mr. Benedict, Vivaldi's terrifyingly competent personal hitman, who is ordered by Vivaldi to dump Frank back home.
He's not nice about it.
No, he is not.
No.
I just really like that it's his favorite second cousin. Like that distinction.
And then it comes up multiple times.
Yes.
Like he has to say for
Yes.
favorite second cousin, which really makes me think he doesn't like Frank very much and just kind of rubs that in his face. Like, he actually has a lot of favorite first cousins, but I don't know. So we cut to a peaceful afternoon in the suburbs where a couple of LAPD officers get ready for a raid based on an anonymous tip. Before the raid can begin, Slater pulls up with some groceries and warns the cops that they're about to bust into his cousin Frank's house. Slater heads inside to find Frank tied up and on the verge of death. But before he dies, he tells Slater about Vivaldi and Torelli teaming up. Slater then discovers a countdown in card form, which is very impressive, and narrowly escapes before Frank's house explodes, lightly injuring Slater and killing the two cops waiting outside, as called correctly by Danny in his theater seat. And I really like this part because one of the cops is an older black dude. They get blasted up into a tree, and the last thing that dude says is, 2 days till retirement. And then we get this wicked Lethal Weapon sax riff.
Yeah.
I love it.
One of my favorite lines is when Frank gives him the information. He's like, I'm out of here.
It's great.
I accidentally paused it. Well, I didn't accidentally. I paused it right when he like leans back.
Yeah.
Before Erica came home yesterday, and it just looked like he was.
He looked like he was taking care of business. That was the first thing I said when I came in the door. I was like, what movie is this? Did not recognize it at all.
By the way, that whole countdown thing, if it were pretty much in any other movie, I might normally comment on all the countdown cards. Like, how would they know when the bomb's going to get set off? But any sort of logic, exactly. Yeah. But any sort of logic pretty much goes out the window during this entire like section of the movie that takes place in the Jack Slater world.
Yeah, before it even gets like influenced by Danny or anything, it's like, yeah, it's just the movie part.
Yeah, exactly. So like whatever, less notes to take and complaining to do, which is good.
Like anybody in the right mind though, like you see 5 and you pull a card and get to 4, I think you should immediately be like, oh shit.
What did he get to?
Or just stop pulling
he
cards.
Got to like 3 or 5.
It can't blow up.
Yeah. He got like to 3 or 2 and I was just like, why are you still going? Like why are you curious what else numbers are coming up? Like clearly after 4, I think you would be like, oh.
Or start putting cards together and be like 12, 13, 14.
I would have got blown up because I would have got all the way to 0. Like, wait a second.
He's like, what kind of infernal puzzle is this?
I'm never taking you to an escape room.
Also, you got John McTiernan saying that he likes long shots, which explains what Chris was saying about it's all one shot with the guy coming into the yeah. And he says that I enjoy long shots that only cut for a purpose.
Yeah.
And he uses like Arnold's entrance as an example, but also admits that that's why it can be hard to do much with what he shoots.
Yeah.
Like for the editors. So like, yeah. So like when he was saying like, there wasn't a whole lot of flexibility for the editors because I've got this long ass shot and what are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I like it. It makes it look different.
He said he doesn't like quick cuts. He's like, there's so movies have a lot of quick cuts, and like he's like, I like one where one thing leads into the other, and it kind of the scene flows.
Yeah, that's what makes Spielberg movies good too. He does these like composite shots where like even though it's technically changing the shot composition, it never cuts, so it's more interesting to look at. So the house blows up, the 2 cops die. Then the AC/DC kicks in as a truckload of gunmen come peeling down the street. Slater jumps in his car to escape, and the gunmen follow, spraying bullets and throwing lit sticks of dynamite throughout the streets of LA. And
Acme brand dynamite.
I fucking love this scene because these dudes have a crate full of dynamite with an open flame attached to the crate in a moving vehicle. It's fucking amazing. Like, they're not lighting it with lighters or matches. There is an open flame attached to the crate of dynamite that they just keep using to light the dynamite, and it never goes wrong. Okay, so Danny watches the chase with interest as we see the golden ticket in his front pocket start to gleam with magic. Some more dynamite is thrown, but Slater shoots it out of the air, so instead of landing in his car or exploding, it goes through the screen and lands in the theater next to Danny.
Well, they have the really long wicks on there, so.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, but I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, because the bullet would make it explode?
Yeah, because the bullet might make it explode? I don't know.
That's not how dynamite works.
Definitely not. Dynamite is very stable. Definitely.
It's like the coolest 3D effect ever, though. Or 4D effect? I don't know what effect is that.
Yeah, exactly. So Danny realizes the explosives are there and runs down the aisle toward the front of the theater just as the bomb goes off in a brilliant flash. When the flash subsides, Danny wakes up to see palm trees whizzing past and finds himself in the back of Slater's car mid-chase.
So, do we think this is like him actually getting kicked into the movie, or is this like a Wizard of Oz type dream where like Dorothy got like sucked up in a tornado, has a dream, and then comes back to reality?
I mean, it could be, except like in the Wizard of Oz, she actually gets picked up by the tornado or whatever happens, and it gets hit on the head.
That's what I'm saying.
In this movie, the dynamite lands in the theater, so I have to assume it's real.
It's that's what I'm saying. Did he get hit? Like he hit his head, and then all of a sudden this whole Jack Slater
kill
thing.
This motherfucker.
My alternate theory for the movie: the ticket was still magic and did pull the dynamite in the theater, but instead of blasting Danny to the movie, just blew him up, and the whole second act of the movie is actually his version of heaven.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I got evidence for that later. Yeah.
It's like Lost.
But then the last act of the movie still takes place in the real world, but it's just a flashback revealing what actually happened, with Nick coming downstairs and after hearing the blast and finding himself in like just a complete state of shock after discovering Danny up on the screen, but then like all over the chairs and the floor as well. You know? And then the rest of the movie is just him dealing with it, just paying like a hobo $50 to help him clean it up, but then having to kill the hobo because he asked for more money. And then just like his mom shows up.
Too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His mom shows up because he's like, "Do you know what happened to Danny?" And then like he's like,
crazy old fuck.
Kills his mom, kills the mom, and he hides the bodies in the movie. Yeah, exactly. Like he's like
so he's still got the magic ticket. Yep.
Yeah.
And he pretends to be the Reaper to cover his tracks.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he always wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where Rian Johnson got the idea for the movie Looper from, actually.
Yeah.
Is Aaron's theory.
That I just came up with, but he looped around and
Exactly. Time travel.
Yeah. But no, like if you think about it, like so like he comes down, the kids everywhere. Now you're a star. You could probably even work in the hooray for or let's hear it for Houdini's line as he's like fucking. He's like, "Oh yeah, Denny's right over there," and then the mom walks over there, and he's like, "Let's hear it for Houdini," as he like hits her on the head with like, I don't know, like Harry Houdini's.
That's like Meredith
it's like one of
Slime.
those poles that they put the velvet ropes on. That's what he is.
Yeah. So you can work all his lines in still, like maybe like a city, like the mom's friends with. This is just turning into Taxi Driver. The mom's friends with like a rising politician, and he comes down there and he's like, "I hate politicians," and like and then he stabs him twice because he hates them. They're twice as bad.
Yep. Perfect.
Exactly.
Airtight.
This is Paul Schrader, the writer of Taxi Driver, Lost Action Hero. Like, give him a crack at it. Just give him a crack at it.
But was also a little drunk when he wrote it. Yeah. Okay. So Slater takes Danny's appearance surprisingly well and tells him to stay down and not get shot. Danny marvels as Slater is able to continue driving despite being fully turned around with both hands on his pistol. Now
That's the way I drive.
Hey, what'd you say?
That's the way I drive.
If you know what I mean by pistol.
I got to pee a lot when I drive. So
also, I do got to turn around because I don't want anybody to see it. So let's see. Now able to properly aim, Slater takes out one of the goons holding dynamite, and he goes flying out of the truck bed and into an ice cream truck. The truck explodes, and another henchman in the truck falls over dead because the business end of an ice cream cone embedded in the back of his skull.
Talk about a brain freeze.
I did
that's
not.
a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good one.
But I didn't catch his actual line the first time, or at least I only caught half of it. His line is, "Ice that guy," Tacona phrase.
Yeah.
Which I did not
Is that
catch.
what he said?
Yeah,
Tacona phrase?
Yeah,
Tacona phrase. I did not catch that.
Yeah.
The first
I had the
couple times.
subtitles on. So yeah, I was like, wait, what did he say?
I thought he said just going to phrase, but that's way better.
Yeah. Danny begins to suspect that he has entered the movie when some dynamite lands next to him in the back seat. Slater pulls some fancy driving as his hand searches for the TNT, tilting the car up on two wheels to slip past an oil tanker and lose the bad guys just as he's able to pull the lit fuse from the explosives. Since that part of the chase is over, Slater decides to swap out the soundtrack and head towards downtown. But he runs into an even more dangerous foe, a 1992 Toyota Previa minivan.
Did you have to look that up?
With a minigun. Yes, I had to look that up.
How'd you find that?
I just fucking looked up 1992 minivan and I had to search through, I think, like 8 manufacturers before I found one that was shaped right.
Yeah, you're doing errand work there.
I know. I was like, God, this is taking way too
Pointless
long.
stuff. Like, exactly.
It's fucking stupid. But anyway, it's got a minigun inside. But that was my first thought. I was like, that is not an intimidating looking van. Why the fuck did they pick that? Like, you could pick any number of vans that would look, I don't know.
Because
it was
it's not intimidating.
Yeah.
I guess.
Incognito.
Until the minigun comes out the side.
Ice cream truck isn't supposed to be like scary, except for, kidnappy pedophile, but I don't think you're worried too much about normally getting stabbed with cones.
That's fair.
They usually break really easy.
Yeah, she's tried to stab me before with one. They don't fucking break.
Yeah. Well, you got to find the soft spot on the back of his head. Let's see.
Tips.
Slater turns hard and slams through the guardrail, flying off a bridge and into the LA River. The van pursues, but then Slater ramps up the side of the river and somehow turns the car midair to land on a Coke delivery truck and back onto the road.
Mm-hmm.
Slater tries to hide out in an alley as Danny comes to terms with the fact that the ticket worked and he really is in a Slater movie. The bad guys show up and Slater decides he's going to play chicken with them. Of course, Slater wins and the bad guy's truck goes flying through a window and explodes into the middle of a photo shoot filled with screaming supermodels in various states of undress. Because this is that kind of movie.
So during the chase, Arnold is using what he listens to music on, and I definitely don't remember that and had to look it up. Did any of you guys know what that was?
A mini disc player.
Okay, yeah.
That was a mini disc player? I just assumed those were cassettes.
No,
No,
it was
a mini disc.
they're basically like, okay, so you had old school floppy disks, which are floppy, and then newer floppy disks, which were like in a little square,
Yeah.
but they had the disc inside. It was basically that.
Interesting.
Apparently, they were popular everywhere but the U.S.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from my few minutes of research, because I read that they sold the last one in 2013.
2013, damn.
Yeah. Also, I like the line that says, "Does this suck weenie or what?"
That's a good line.
And then the bad guy's legs sticking straight out of the dumpster, just very cartoony.
Yeah, I like it.
And then you got John McTiernan giving his note that he tries to shoot in sequence when he's able to, in order to try to make basically to make it sort of a fantasy for the actors, like make it easier for the actors to live in the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have questions about the not the scene. What do I want to say? Like where the scene took place. What do I want to say?
Yeah. The location?
The location. Is this the same location as T2 with the chase?
Yeah. Yes. Well, I mean, that's a long fucking
Yeah, the LA River
Yeah,
is
but
huge. Yeah.
It just looks like T2 or like Grease or
For sure.
it looks like that
Yeah,
scene.
yeah. It's in the same
Just
Yeah.
curious.
That
It
weird
like
canal.
might be a different section of it, but
yeah,
yeah.
I just okay, cool.
Yeah, this looks more like the Grease part than the T2
Than
part.
the
Because the
T2
T2 part looks a little narrower.
Okay.
But I don't know. So Slater and Danny head to the police station, which looks a little more like a swanky corporate office than a real police station.
because it's Columbia's headquarters or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And here we also get a Sharon Stone and a T-1000 cameo,
Yeah.
which Danny points out. Slater takes an annoying phone call from his ex-wife, a common occurrence we learn, as various cops receive wacky mismatched partners in the background. For example, a fat guy with a stern, nerdy blonde woman, or a German cop with a rabbi, which I really like.
I didn't get the German part.
I only say German because his name was Strauss.
Okay.
So I assume he was German.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slater is greeted by his old war buddy, John Practice, from the FBI, who is in town working the Vivaldi Torelli case. Danny warns Slater not to trust Practice because he's played by F. Murray Abraham and he killed Mozart in Amadeus.
Good line. So stupid.
To which Slater replies, "No more movies." Slater gets called into the office of Lieutenant Decker, the short-tempered... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, real fast. John McTiernan just said all the cameos didn't help and they're distracting, and then apologizes again for being so negative. And then that cameo with Sharon Stone and Robert Patrick.
Yeah.
There's a story from Zach Penn.
Uh-huh.
I have a quote from him. So he wanted a part in the movie.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So he says, quote, "I can't believe that they agreed to give me a part in the movie. I mean, I wouldn't ask for that in a deal now, but I was like, I want to get my SAG card. And they said, okay, you can have a small part. I think my character's name was like Grimmett or something. I went in every day. I'd get there at 6 a.m. It's embarrassing. I got there at 6 a.m. That was the call time. And I would sit there and get in a costume and then sit at the desk. It was probably 6 days in that Colleen Camp, who you'd recognize her if you saw her, but one of the other cast members pointed out to me, and she said, the camera is pointed that way. You're not in frame.
Aw.
After I found that out, I stopped acting very hard, but I had fun. I mean, it was fun on set. I learned a lot. That was on one quote, but he basically said I'm sure he was bugging him too, but like John McTiernan didn't really like him. And so he said in the podcast episode that I listened that the scene when Sharon Stone and Robert Patrick are walking out, because I think Sharon Stone walks out on
Sharon Stone's
like screen like left.
Yes, yeah, she's on screen left. I think she's just standing there. I don't think she's walking out.
Okay, and then Robert Patrick walks out on
the
so
right
apparently, like he walks up behind Sharon Stone as the camera pulls away. He says, "So yeah," and he didn't realize it until someone pointed out to him. He's like, "Yeah, they keep cutting you out of it." Yeah,
damn, that
Did
kind
he
of
get a
sucks.
SAG
But
card?
no.
I don't think. No, I don't
You
think
have to be on screen, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think if you end up on screen, or if you don't end up on screen, they don't have to give you shit.
I just don't want to give him no.
It kind of seems like he annoyed everybody. Like I don't know the guy, but from all these stories, and then from that shit he said about the golden ticket, I'm annoyed at him a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Slater gets called into the office of Lieutenant Decker, the short-tempered commanding officer from the opening scene, to get chewed out for all his renegade cop shenanigans, while Danny watches a female officer get paired up with a cartoon cat voiced by Danny DeVito. Danny claims the presence of an anthropomorphic animated animal is proof that they are in a movie, but both men just kind of seem offended that he isn't respecting one of the best cops on the force.
Yeah, which
I just find that performance really funny.
They say he
was suspended
after
he was only suspended for a month or something like that.
Like immediately after we see Whiskers grabbing his new female partner, Cookies. So like I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that it was sexual harassment. The reason why he was suspended,
Yeah, absolutely. After Danny reveals some very personal information about Decker and Slater's friendship, the two cops grill him to try and figure out how he's involved. And when it's revealed that he has some very valuable inside knowledge about the plot, Decker assigns him as Slater's partner.
I like how quickly Decker goes from angry to embarrassed.
Yeah, he's like
that. And
he's
then
like,
just
you promise you wouldn't tell anybody.
and then just like when Danny's like, no, the very first Jack Slater's like, you told your dad?
Yeah.
It's such a good.
That was really good. That's a great joke.
And then you got McTiernan saying basically that he should have made the movie like goofier or sillier, like more clearly a comedy, but didn't have the courage to speak up at the time. Again, it's fighting the studio.
It's really funny how every time a scene comes up, he's just like, man, the movie sure really should have been more of this.
And he says the narrative voice should have been more smartass, and then uses Arnold's bad driving as an example.
Yeah.
Saying that the edges of it are all there. It just doesn't really fall on the screen, which I didn't notice until he no, I don't think I would have noticed until he pointed it out. Maybe this time because I was like,
I only noticed the last time I watched it. Yeah,
but like he is cutting. Did either of you guys notice that, Erica or Joe?
Yes.
Okay, just he's a fucking horrible driver because he's not paying attention at all.
Yeah.
There's a scene later where it's really, really fun. Like there's just a bunch of horn honks in the background, and you can see people swerving. Yeah,
I just figured it was like to show further that he's in a movie and that he doesn't have to drive well because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's the main character.
Yeah.
He's like, that's...
Nothing bad's going to happen to him.
But McTiernan was saying that he basically was like, we should have leaned more into it and just, Anyway.
Maybe. I like that it's subtle, but yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Danny continues to try to convince Slater it's all a movie, so Slater gives him one chance to prove it as they leave the station. I do like when they leave the station. I don't know why this joke gets me, but he purposely goes out the wrong way.
Yes, exactly. that was the example that he used. Once he sees that, he's like, "We should." He starts kind of laughing a little bit, and he's like, "This is a running theme, if you notice." Like talking to the viewer, but he's like, "We should have leaned more into that because this is." It sounded like it was one of his favorite jokes from the movie. Like
that was really fucking funny.
That subtle, just the fact that Jack Slater's a bad driver.
Yeah. It's because the exit is right in front of him. All he has to do is go a tiny bit to the right, but he purposely goes out the in entrance. It's really funny.
Well, then I don't know if you guys heard it.
You
but
hear him.
Yeah, someone's like, Slater!
Because the car coming down the ramp crashes to get out of his fucking way.
They're all like, he certainly has done that before. Like, that's not 100%. The first time he's done that. They were like, God damn it again!
Yeah. Okay, so now we cut to a video rental store where Danny asks for the Schwarzenegger/action films and finds a standee for T2. Only it stars Stallone. Slater kind of sidesteps all of Danny's evidence while flirting with the women in the rental place until Danny says he'll take Slater to the house where Frank was tortured, and Slater loses his good humor.
I feel like Terminator 2 with Stallone would have not been good.
No, it would have been terrible.
So I paused it and looked at some of the movies in the background. We had Young Guns. I don't know what the connection is. Mad Max. I also don't know what the connection is. Hunt for the Red October, which is directed by John McTiernan. Boys in the Hood, which was distributed by, which is a Columbia picture. And then Olympic Games, which is a 1927 American short silent comedy film. So,
was there a section listed, or was this just like right?
No, I just paused it and then.
I mean, these wrote
them down, and then
essentially, right?
Mad Max is to be Tina Turner.
Oh, sure.
What?
That's fair.
Tina Turner's in it?
She's in the third one.
She's in one of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know.
She knows who runs Bartertown.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't get that joke, but it's still funny.
What were the other? The Olympic one, and what else?
Young Guns.
Yeah, Young Guns.
I mean,
Young Guns is Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen, and Charlie Sheen
Guns?
likes hookers, and then hookers to back to Heidi Fleiss, and then I don't know. I used to work in a Blockbuster. I really liked working. Well, no, I didn't. Whatever. Like, I worked in a Blockbuster because if the movie theater wasn't going to get me in that film industry, the Blockbuster was definitely going to get me there.
sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. But then, like, I ended up just helping Joe and some other friends, quote unquote, liberate a few movies from there. I'm sure Joe remembers that.
Yeah. I forget what the...
Do you remember how we did it?
No. I was going to ask you.
You'd go grab whatever movie you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And then like some candy or a soda or something like that. And they would bring them to me, and I would scan the food items and then pretend to scan the DVD, but so it actually looked like I scanned it on the camera because the camera would point down. And I think that's actually how you got the original Terminator on DVD. Yeah. Because I think you might have went back. I was like, I can't get you the case. I think you went back and like took the case from instead of just being happy with the Blockbuster case. You're like, nope.
Well, yeah, I'm a completionist, you know.
But I ended up quitting there like a few months later, but then got a job at a different one a couple years later, and I didn't like take anything that second time. But I remember the manager of that second one. He also worked at the first one that I worked at.
Oh, really?
But he told me that he knew that they knew that someone was stealing from the first one, but they couldn't figure out who. And then he kind of like half joking, half serious told me, he's like, basically he's like, I thought it was you, but we could never prove it. I was like, yep, that's why I was like, I know.
And you're never going to be able
You guys
to.
were stupid. I mean, I'm never like that because I'm a pussy, I guess. I don't know. But like,
whatever.
I just like, at the time I was like kind of shrugged. I'm like, hey, criminal mastermind, got away with like $40 worth of DVDs, basically.
So why did they hire you at the second one?
Right?
Maybe they were short staffed. I don't know.
Yeah. Because it's retail.
Because they
and they're
couldn't prove
desperate.
it. They didn't know.
Yeah.
Keep your friends close and your enemies closer?
Yeah, it was that guy's theory. Like he was probably like that one conspiracy theorist is like, it's not him. Like it could never be him. You know, he was nice and he was fat. Come on. A fat guy's not going to steal.
Oh, see, he shouldn't have told you. And then once they started...
Yeah, once new DVDs started disappearing.
I never did it there, though.
Well, I know, but I don't know.
Yeah, because he accused you.
Yeah.
No, it was something else. I don't remember why. I didn't
Just
work
less
there
good
very long.
movies that year.
I feel like I only worked there for like maybe a month or something before I stopped showing up. Anyway, I'm not a good person. I realize as looking back, I'm like, God, you were the fucking worst.
Who gives a shit?
I mean, most of the people that I did shit to probably give a shit, but anyway, that's all.
Okay, yeah. So Slater and Danny drive through what is presumably Beverly Hills as Danny tries to explain the magic ticket.
I would assume so, but technically that's Malibu. But
Oh, okay,
I would
gotcha.
assume they're in Beverly Hills. Like
It just looks like
in the
Beverly
movie.
Hills. to me, I
Yeah,
don't
in the
know.
movie.
But the ticket won't work its magic. They find Vivaldi's house and Danny gets excited, but Slater brings him down to earth by explaining the finer details of police work like evidence and due process.
Such a good little speech. The bad guys are in there.
I like this. I don't really like the Braunschweiger part of the joke, but right after that, so the line is, Danny goes, "You think you're funny, don't you?" And Slater goes, "I know I am. I'm the famous comedian Arnold Braunschweiger." And then Danny goes, "Schwarzenegger," and then he immediately comes back with Gesundheit, which that part's really fucking funny. The pair enter the palatial estate and knock on the door, answered by Plane Zero, and ask to speak to a drug dealer. So Plane Zero gets Benedict to come to the door. Slater and Benedict have some banter before Benedict gives in and shows Slater his glass eye, proving that Danny knows what he's talking about. And I really fucking like this part. One, because Charles Dance is fucking killing it in this role.
Yeah, he's
so
great in
fucking
this.
good. And the second is that this joke is really stupid, but I laugh every time, which is the dogs that are trained so well that he whistles and they form well, not a human pyramid. They form a dog pyramid.
The shuffling you can hear too. Like, it's like shuffling, but the dog noise is with the shuffling too. I don't know.
It's really fucking funny.
And I like his line. Like the line I have written down is like, "I don't know. I only go as far as lackey."
Yeah. He asks him. He's like, "Are you
Henchman?
Can I talk to the head henchman or something like that?
No. He asked for the drug dealer of the house.
Yeah, that's right.
But when Benedict comes to the door, he asks. He goes, "Sir, are you a henchman?" Because Danny calls him a henchman, like right in front of him. And he goes, "No, I only go as far as lackey."
He was like, "Hit the bricks." It was like, wrong color.
Yeah.
Oh, does anybody know what that means?
They were talking about Wizard of Oz.
Okay. Wait, are you sure?
There was a whole bunch of Wizard of Oz lines right in a row.
Because the Tin Man, because he had the badge.
He says on the Tin Man. He also calls Danny Toto.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wait,
and he says,
he
"Hit
did
the
get
bricks,"
hit on the
and then-
head.
Toto didn't get hit on the head.
No, but I'm saying it is Wizard of Oz. Just like I said, this is pulling it all back around. I'm getting an epiphany right now. I'm right.
Wait, so
That's my
the brick
epiphany.
thing,
I'm
Yeah,
right.
I'm right.
the brick thing. What does he say?
He says, "Hit the bricks," and then Arnold says they're the wrong color. As in, not the yellow brick road.
I
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
that, and I was like, yeah.
And then he's like, how about a rich mahogany? Because he's going to like shoot him or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the end of several lines of like
The
Wizard of Oz
references.
banter. That whole scene of banter is really good. I really like it.
I have little trivia stuff. I guess Alan Rickman was their first choice for the Benedict role.
Also would have been good,
Which,
but Charles Dance is
yeah,
I
he's
don't know.
great.
He's pretty perfect.
But Charles Dance said that he found out that Alan Rickman was their first choice because they gave him a script that introduced his character by saying the door opens and Alan Rickman is standing there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
they didn't even say Hans Gruber. They said Alan Rickman.
Yeah, so I guess because of that, his first day on set, Charles Dance wore a shirt that said, "I'm cheaper than Alan Rickman." And then he tells a story in that was from an Empire article, but he tells a story about that in that same article about a time that he was bullshitting with F. Murray Abraham about European film, and then Arnold overhears this and reminds them that the money made from his movies help fund their smaller independent films. And then breaks it down by telling them, quote, "You see, Charles, you make art films, but I make films for the polyester people," unquote. But like, I don't think I don't get, like, I don't know I don't think I'm rich enough or fashionable enough to get, like, I don't know. But Charles Dance found it hilarious.
Maybe it's
I
a
don't-
European thing. They're both European.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I guess rich people like. Yeah, I don't.
No, he
I
makes
don't understand.
he was just saying that he makes films for the polyester people. I'm assuming there's just the everyman.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know. I don't know
That
where's
seems like a
polyester.
dig.
It seems like it. I just.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
it's
just
rich
don't
people,
understand
yeah.
it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
do whatever
offended,
you
and I don't know why. But
Yeah.
Damn
Yeah.
it.
Also, Benedict finds out about Danny, like the fact that Danny knows about him because the fucking kid starts talking before
Yeah,
Benedict
that's what I
even
was about
closes
to
the
say.
fucking door. Okay, go ahead.
That's what I was saying. He's the worst, like, whisperer ever since you met Erica.
Yeah.
Seriously. Anyway, go ahead, Chris.
Okay. So as Slater and Danny leave, Benedict overhears Danny giving details that nobody should know and goes to tell Vivaldi. Benedict wants to postpone the funeral plans, but Vivaldi won't hear of it and demands a bloodbath. So Benedict relents and then decides to go investigate Danny. We cut to the home of Slater's ex-wife as the pair arrive to find Slater's daughter's car parked out front since she's home from college. Danny knocks on the front door and is greeted with a kiss from Veronica Vaughn in a bathrobe, living the dream of every adolescent boy in the 90s. Which lends to your heaven theory. As Whitney, Slater's daughter, hops in the shower, Danny finds a stack of counterfeit cash from an old case. Slater goes to stash it in a drawer and finds a picture of his son, the hostage from the beginning of the movie, and instantly turns somber. He leaves Danny in the house with Whitney so he can go get a cigar to make himself feel better. And while Slater drives, he relives the opening scene, and we get to see what happened after the movie went out of focus, which is the Ripper dragging Andrew over the side of the building with him after being shot by Slater.
I really like how even in this universe, because Meredith was in the Jack Slater movie, even Jack Slater can't have more than one kid because he has one. And that kid dies, so they just replace it. Yeah.
Damn.
Apparently, the kid dying was, according to John McTiernan, was the MPAA's biggest problem with the movie was the kid dying.
I mean, I guess that, yeah.
Also,
Yeah, nobody said shit about Lorenzo's Oil or Sophie's Choice. People are upset about this.
why did they go to the house? Sorry, that was my note. But one of the other two notes. Why did they go to the house?
Why did they go to the house?
To introduce Meredith.
I get that, but like for story purposes, I get that. But like for like, why did they go from the?
I guess I assumed he knew she was home from college and wanted to see her.
Okay,
but that's not in the movie. That's me just making shit up. So
just curious.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think they really give a reason.
Yeah, because they show up and I was like, okay, listening. Okay, and then anyway,
because the first 2 times I watched it, I was not like clocking that it wasn't his house.
Yes,
no, he
which
keeps
I
saying
had.
I thought it was his house.
Originally had it written as Slater's apartment, but I had to. And one of my notes was like, wait, this obviously isn't Slater's apartment. This is his daughter's house, his ex-wife. Yeah. And I love how he's using counterfeit money to pay alimony to his ex.
Yeah, Jesus.
It looks real, yes?
So we cut back to the house where Whitney catches Danny looking at the picture and noting that Andrew would have been about the same age as Danny. Danny recounts her brother's death to Whitney like a fucking asshole, but explains it away as info he got from the papers. But yeah, anyway. There's a knock at the door, so Danny goes to let in the guy that Whitney was actually supposed to kiss as part of a sorority prank, but is greeted by Benedict and a team of armed goons instead. The bad guys go and take Danny and Whitney hostage. Whitney is making a lot of racket, so Benedict orders her to be taken into the bedroom and forced to shut up while he interrogates Danny. And I just want to point out that the little thing that Benedict does where, like, Danny says, if you harm a hair on her head,
Yeah.
and then he goes, stop. He stops everything. He goes over to Whitney, plucks a single hair from her head, walks it over to Danny very slowly, wraps it around his fingers, and then breaks it. That whole thing is, like, so perfectly in tone for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's, like, exceptionally menacing. It makes him seem kind of more clever and smarter than the average action movie villain, but is still so, like, overly dramatic that it's funny. It's like it rides that satire line kind of perfectly. I really, really like that part.
I agree wholeheartedly on that.
Except for the part that the hair wasn't on her head anymore. So
Oh, yeah. Fucking idiot. Walked right into that one, dumbass.
He should have just gone over and clipped it.
It makes me curious how, like, because I mentioned Charles Dance wrote a lot of his lines, like,
Oh, yeah.
just I'm sure that was already in there, but like, just because it's so specific and you got. Like, unless he's rewriting Austin O'Brien stuff too, he's like, well, we're an idea or whatever. But anyway.
Yeah. But the performance is most of that. And again, I just really like the beginning where he just goes, stop. He's just like, fucking, no, we're not letting go of that. So Benedict tries to figure out how Danny knows so much, but Danny does a decent job of coming up with lies on his feet, though it seems like Benedict doesn't like fully buy it as he rifles through Danny's wallet and eventually finds the ticket stub. Danny gets kind of worried about this, so Danny tries to bargain by giving the bad guys the counterfeit money. But Benedict suspects that the bills are marked and has the money thrown in the fire. But Danny is secretly psyched about this, as Slater told him earlier that the money burns funny colors. So we see Slater just getting back to the house and see bright red smoke coming from the chimney.
This is when I started to think this kid is actually a really good actor.
Yeah.
Like his facial features and everything, he like sells
There's,
stuff that there's no lines for.
Yeah, there's like subtle face movements and stuff. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we cut to the bedroom where a screaming Whitney is getting roughed up until she sees her opening to completely dismantle the goon that was slapping her and grabs his gun, all the while still screaming and making it sound like she's being beaten.
Okay, so yeah, she beats the shit out of him. But
She doesn't just beat the shit out of him. She leg tosses him into the wall, jumps on top of him, beats him up a little bit, and then as they're getting up, she grabs him in a headlock and breaks his fucking neck.
Yeah.
Okay, but
all the while acting, by the way.
Yeah.
Why did she wait until he hit her before doing it? Like this?
That I don't.
I'm sorry. That was like maybe she was given the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay,
I guess kind of selling it a little bit by letting it go according to plan for a minute. I don't know.
I don't know. It sounds like I'm victim blaming, but I'm not. I'm just really curious. Like, why would she let herself get hit? But no, like I'm actually like I was because I saw that and was like, wait, why didn't you just beat the fuck out of him right away? I don't know. Anyway,
I guess she waited until he actually hurt her, and then that's when she was like, "Big mistake."
Yeah, that's
like,
true. She does say the big mistake thing.
Yeah. Like it wasn't even like, "Oh, Dad's gonna get you back." It was like, "Nah, fuck it, I'm pissed now." Like,
she went all Sonya Blade on him.
She did. The scorpion kick.
Yeah.
Let's see. So just as Benedict is about to start in on Danny with a knife, Whitney pops out with the gun pointed at Benedict's head. They're interrupted by another knock at the door, which distracts Whitney long enough to get the gun knocked out of her hand and into the kitchen. Benedict sends 2 goons to answer the door, where they find the youngest-looking college freshman in all of existence. Like, am I reading that wrong? Is he not supposed to be a college freshman?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be.
And he's like 14.
He looks the same age as Danny.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. All right.
I'm sure I looked young when I was 18.
Maybe. I don't know.
Especially being a little porkster. Sure didn't help.
I like Whitney's line where she's like, "Lose the gun or I redecorate in bring matter gray." Get it? It's like, what even is that? Like, I had to replay it 3 times to where I was like, what is bring matter gray? Like, why is it gray? Like, I was just like,
matter, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I've seen cartoons. It's pink, dummy.
Yeah. I was like, what?
That's why she said get it.
Yeah, I was like, no, I don't. Show me the specific paint swatch you're looking at, Miss Ma'am.
So, as everyone looks confusedly at the unexpected guest, Slater drops through the skylight and starts taking out goons left and right. My favorite here, just might be one of my favorite things in the entire movie, is he pulls a live wire out of a lamp, stabs it into a dead goon's arm to make the dead goon shoot his buddy with his fucking machine gun that's still in his hand. It's fucking amazing.
It's real MacGyver shit there.
Yeah, I love that.
I love the guitar riffs for this whole scene.
Mm-hmm. Also good.
Timed well. Perfect.
Danny is able to distract Benedict from getting a good shot at Slater as he continues to destroy the goons. One goon manages to hit Slater square in the chest with a shotgun and send him into the kitchen, where he picks up the gun and returns the favor. Slater reveals he was wearing a Kevlar vest and gets up just in time to see Benedict fleeing. So after checking on Whitney, he jumps over the balcony to intercept. And this might be one of my favorite lines in the movie. Because Benedict, like, I don't think I've mentioned his eye yet, but Benedict has a glass eye that he switches out, and it's got these like fun things on him. Like they're all like weird, fun, interesting looking glass eyes.
When's the Have a Nice Day one? That's later, right? Or is that?
I mean, technically that's this eye, but the reveal is not. Oh, no. The Have the Nice Day one, sorry, was when they were at the mansion.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
The
yeah, that's
training
right.
When he's trying to get him to show him his glass
leave.
eye, and it's the yellow happy
Yeah.
face, and he says,
Yeah.
"Have a nice day."
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. But when he comes to the house, he's got like a red, like dragon's eye almost.
Yeah.
And so when Slater jumps over the balcony, Danny asks him where he's going. He goes, "I've got to catch the red eye," which I don't know why. That just might be one of my favorite lines.
It's just a good line.
Yeah.
It's a good line.
Also, this is not me being nitpicky. I was genuinely curious when I saw it, but can a bulletproof vest withstand a shotgun blast?
I don't think. Not one from like, I don't know, 8 feet away.
Yeah, that was pretty close.
That was like very close.
I think he would be pretty bruised, and it would definitely be damaged enough that it couldn't be used again, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he does take it off, so it's clear that he's not
Yeah.
intending to use it again. But
Yeah, I mean,
I did look it up.
it's like a shotgun is usually like a bunch of BBs,
Yeah.
and stuff. So
I looked it up and it was just Reddit stuff, but like it was just someone basically saying a bunch of people saying fuck no, and then someone basically saying it depends on what type of shotgun and the type of vest, because apparently there's like 3 different types of Kevlar, and it just gets stronger.
Interesting.
Because it was some guy that was saying that he was in like, or he lives in some dangerous country or place, and like his brother-in-law was saying that there's no point in wearing them because a knife can stab through it, and then the guy was like, depends on what kind of vest you have.
Huh.
Like there's some that can take more than others, but anyway.
Damn.
But I don't know about a LAPD one. Anyway, and man, this house is get tore up. And
Yeah.
that's not even the end of it. So
Yeah.
That's the funny thing is like he's pushing people through walls and shit, and all sorts of shit is getting shot up. And when I first watched it, I thought this was his house, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
He doesn't,
yeah,
whatever. He knows this is part of the job, but this is his ex-wife's house.
I have another question about the location for this scene. This house in this street looks very similar to, and I forget what the movie's called, but it's the movie with Ryan Gosling and
Barbie.
the gladiator guy.
Nice guys.
Russell Crowe.
Nice
Oh yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Yes.
maybe.
That looks like the same house street area.
Yeah, I mean,
I
they're
don't
both
know.
supposed to be in LA. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if this was the Mulholland area because we ended up talking. We talked about how like they shot there and the people got pissed at them. So that might make sense because of like the noise and whatever. But yeah,
That would make sense.
Jack jumping out from the balcony to chase Benedict. It was right around then that I realized that I really like like Eric was saying, that the score, the music of this movie. It like the composer, whose name is Michael Kamen, did a great job of giving it that like 1980s and 90s like action movie sound.
Yeah. It's like not quite Lethal Weapon. It's a little bit more modern and a little bit less cheesy than Lethal Weapon, but it's in that style, and I don't know. It sounds
Which
really
makes sense because he was also the composer of the first 3 Die Hard movies and all of the Lethal Weapon movies.
good. Oh, really? Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he also did the first X-Men movie.
Oh, that first X-Men movie has a good score.
It does. I was trying to figure out why I thought this was cool and why I thought the like guitar riff in Aquaman was so cheesy. I audibly like laughed out loud in the theater when it just starts guitar riffing when he like enters and waves his hair all over the place.
Probably a
And I
mixture of
don't-
the guitar and the hair waves.
It was
And the
just
movie.
like instant like funny ick at the same time, and this was just like so cool badass where it was like, why is this so different from that?
Yeah.
Maybe it's
In opinion.
I don't know.
maybe they don't use it like because that's obviously like for like a reveal and like there's no like reveal like
That's the
stuff
thing
like
is
that.
Aquaman is trying to be dramatic and cool, and this movie is trying to be over the top. I don't know.
Okay.
That's my take on it.
Yeah.
But
Makes
why
sense to
is
me.
this so cool? Like, if it's trying to be over dramatic and like over the top, I'm just like every single part. Like, I felt like I was like, yeah, this is sick.
Yeah.
Like, I love this. I love this guitar. I love this riff. I love this score.
Down the road, there's 2 more notes that I have mentioning the score. Like just certain things that he
Yeah.
does with it is just really good.
Mm-hmm. So Danny decides to hop on a bike to try and catch up to the chase, while Slater manages to end up right in front of Benedict's car and opens fire, forcing him to turn around and head back up the hill towards the house. Danny sees the car coming back and decides to play his own game of chicken, assuring himself that by movie logic, this plan has to work out.
Yeah.
However, at the last moment, he realizes that the comedy sidekick doesn't get to pull off any big action scenes because we are still years away from the Phantom Menace. So he swerves and has himself a nice little ET moment.
Wait, is that a thing? Like the comedy sidekick dying? Is that a tr-
Not
like, 'cause
dying, but just like
Like-
not.
I was gonna
The
say,
comedy sidekick doesn't get
Yeah,
to
but
do
it's-
badass stuff.
but also
Yeah.
like after watching so many movies, he should know that kids don't die in PG-13 movies. So
that's true.
so he would have been okay. I mean, he
Although,
could have got
I'm-
maimed, but
I
you know.
mean-
To be fair, Andrew died.
Andrew
in the last
did
movie.
die. Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I assume that movie wasn't R.
He wasn't funny enough. That's part of the problem.
It wasn't R. That's why Arnold couldn't say
Yeah.
the F word. I assume that's what it was.
Whatever
Yeah.
was on the card.
See, that's the thing about a franchise like that. I'm pretty sure if any of them were R, it would only be the first one.
yeah.
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 But Slater finds him and carries him home as Danny tells him that Benedict took the ticket.
I like how gigantic the moon is at the end of the sequence. It's like
Yeah, it's great.
fucking gigantic.
It's a nice little shot. You just
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
Arnold carrying him and the bike walking down the street. Yeah.
Yeah. What does he say about the ticket? He's like, I can't add it to my collection or
Oh
something.
yeah, he
I
was
don't know,
like,
get it
"Dang,
accent,
I wanted to add it to my collection,"
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah.
But you got John McTiernan giving more praise for Austin O'Brien and saying, and my notes are horrible. That shooting in sequence helped him out. Yeah.
And I think that's like a tough moment to like that sort of self-aware meta fourth wall breaking thing.
Yeah.
He does so much of that in this movie, and it's tough to make that stuff land sometimes. So he does a good job.
Yeah.
So now we cut back to the Vivaldi mansion where Benedict unwinds and rests his eye. He dumps the content of Danny's wallet on his desk and notices the ticket giving off a bit of that magic glow. As he inspects the ticket, he finds that his hand is passing into another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. As the Twilight Zone theme comes on in the background.
I'm surprised he could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
He's like, why is the air in front of this ticket
Right?
glowing?
right?
Just has no
So
depth perception.
he's going
Yeah.
through Danny's wallet. He pulls out a couple pictures before he finds a ticket. That first picture is just of a kid. Was that Danny when he was younger?
I don't
like-
know. You know what? I didn't even take a second look at that.
He just carries a picture of himself of when he was younger.
Yeah. Or
in
maybe it was his
wallet.
dead dad when he was a kid. Oh, that's sad.
Or maybe Nick gave him a picture of him when he was a kid.
Jesus.
Who knows? Let's see. So back at Slater's ex-wife's place. See, I missed it there in my notes.
Yeah.
The LAPD are cleaning up when Danny suddenly gets a bright idea and writes something on a notepad. He tries to get Slater to say what's on the pad, but he knows he won't since this movie is PG-13. I really like Arnold's delivery of "grow up." that gets me.
And I'm going to assume he tries to get him to say fuck, right? Or
It's
Right?
got to be fuck,
Yeah,
if
it's
not
you
like.
think it was something else like cock donkey or like shit tit or something like that. Like,
Well, they get one fuck in a PG-13 movie, so
yeah.
Oh?
Yeah, it might be cocksucker or something.
yeah.
Yeah. Or like cunt rugger.
Oh,
like he just like
Cunt rugger?
it's just too
What's a cunt rugger?
fuck that is.
cunt, I said cunt rug, but cunt rugger sounds good too.
No, you said
It's
rugger.
you said Rugger.
Oh, all right.
Check the tapes.
Yeah.
This is recorded.
So I don't know, just something like that. Anyway,
All right. Anyway, so Slater is out of patience for Danny and for the weird freshman that is still hanging around when he tries to give Slater Benedict's license plate number. But one detail does catch his attention, which is that Benedict was actually missing an eye when he fled. In the background, we see a cop discover the eye on the ground at the same time, and he starts to mess with it, spinning it to reveal the message, "Vengeance is mine," before blowing the entire scene sky high. And they pull out a long way from that house, and that is still a big explosion.
Yeah.
So, like,
maybe that was the explosion that pissed her.
yeah.
No, that was it downtown. I can't remember. Anyway, so do you think that his eye just like he obviously left it there, or did it just fall out because he like takes his eye out so often that it's like his eye hole, I guess socket or whatever you want to call it, his eye hole just is loose, So like he has trouble keeping the eye in. I don't know how that works.
Mm-hmm.
So like does your eye hole get loose because you're like, oh, it's in it? Like, you know, like if you use a hole too much.
The other thing is,
it gets loose.
stupid idiot.
Sorry.
Well,
I didn't
I
mean
think
it like
the thing
that, but-
is about a glass eye, or at least modern glass eyes, is they're not like marbles. They're not like full circles.
Yeah.
I don't think. Like they're not like whole spheres. I think they're just like caps that you put on.
Yeah, they're
But
like half spheres now.
Yeah, I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that it doesn't even work like that anymore.
Okay.
I
I'm
don't
really
know.
curious.
Pirates of the Caribbean, I think you just knock him in the back of the head a little. He got
Exactly, that shit
knocked
comes out all the time.
over by Danny. He like takes him out.
he
when
like
he's in
fully
the
flipped him.
Yeah. That's maybe when he lost his
But
eye.
again,
He took an eye out when he got home, right?
yeah, he did take an eye out. When I had to
Yeah.
go back and check that, like
maybe he just keeps extra
that it wasn't
zipped
a
up in his
different eye.
pocket.
yeah, that's
but
the thing.
that was the eye that was inside his eye hole, right?
Yeah, when he gets home, he has an eye in,
Yeah.
and he takes it.
Which
out.
eye does he take out? Do you
It's
remember?
it's still the red eye.
Yeah.
So he had
Like,
an extra one.
It's
He
yeah.
just left
He
it.
must have
Alright.
brought an extra one.
Or maybe he dropped it out of he's like, and then later when Jack like gives him shit about
know what?
blowing up his wife's house, he's like, we
No,
blowing up
that's-
your wife's house. I didn't do. He's like, oh, and then he like feels around in his pocket. He's like, oh shit,
fuck.
oh,
God damn it.
sorry, man. Like
That
it
wasn't
fell out
for
of my
that.
pocket.
That's-
Yeah.
I had a whole other job to do next week.
Yeah. Mm.
That was just a prototype.
We now cut to LAPD headquarters the following morning as the lightly singed Danny and Slater are getting screamed at by Decker.
Cartooningly singed.
Yeah. Who's so mad that his yelling has become completely unintelligible and literal smoke pours out of his ears.
I got the dialogue for you though.
Oh,
The subtitles.
please.
Really?
Yes.
Please do it.
It's you son of a bitch, about all I can take from you. I got the California Raisins doing an all-male version of the Anne Frank diary. The diary of Anne Frank. I was like, what? What? Followed by,
don't
I
know
summed
what
up
that-
about all the cock-sucking toast I can take from you.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what it said on the subtitles. There was more, but
I can't even begin to imagine what an
I got
all-male
the
production
California
of the
Raisins
Diary of Anne
version.
Frank.
Oh, sorry, I got the California Raisins doing an all-male version of the diary of Anne Frank.
I don't know what the fuck
What?
that means. Okay.
Anyway.
So when the Nazis come, would they be like, how'd you know she was there? And they'd be like, I heard it through the grapevine. That's a start to the script. You can just build around that.
Yeah, that's. I think we found our climax. So
Yeah. I mean, that's how I write my stories. Is sometimes even I have like business ideas. I just think of a funny name and then I work backwards from there.
Yeah, build from that.
Yeah.
I slurped up all the cock-sucking toast I can take from you.
I mean, that's just
Cock-sucking
funny. I don't know.
toast?
I guess, yeah.
I mean, you can't say motherfucking toast. So
You could probably
Yeah,
find a
but,
better word
like-
than toast, but otherwise, I kind of like that one.
That
Anyway.
sounds so odd and painful and not tasty.
Hey, cut the guy a break.
can't-
His brain is literally frying.
True.
Maybe he's having an actual stroke.
I mean, if the toast was buttered, it might feel okay.
But like, is it buttered with cum or like, what are we talking
no,
about? I'm so
hey.
confused
No, not
with
yet.
the
It's
cock-sucking toast.
it's
Like,
gotta do the cock-sucking before it gets that. So it's got butter on it, which is going to soften up the toast a little bit. So it's
Actually-
so that's the loop.
margarine would be much better. For that.
Ah, got it.
and,
I'm just
you know,
confused. That's all.
You want something synthetic.
Yeah.
Also, why
Oh,
would you
that's what they get
toast
jelly
it?
from. It's KY jelly. Got it.
Why would you toast it first, though?
Well, no, the toast is, I think, sentient and it loves cock.
Also, imagine trying to take a piece of like dry white bread and doing it. Like that's going to fall apart so fast.
Not if you put butter on it.
I put margarine
What are you
on it.
talking
Yeah, margarine.
about? It falls apart when you try to put butter on it. What are you talking
Wait,
about?
you're talking about just regular, like not
Just
toasted?
like untoasted bread. That's why
He's
he said.
talking
He
about
asked,
just
why
raw
would you toast it
dogging
first?
the yes.
yeah, but that's why you stick it in the toaster. You toast it.
I
a
know,
little
but
bit.
Joe asked, why would you toast it first? And I'm saying because
Oh,
that bread
yes,
would
go.
fall
Extra
apart.
rough.
Right. You're just
Not if you butter
sandpapering your
it.
dick.
If you butter
Margarine.
it just right, it's going to soften that top layer.
I don't know.
I don't know what
It
toaster
gets nice
eating.
and spongy without losing its integrity.
Especially if you put jelly on it. Erica's right. And
That's
then you
true.
put some butter and jelly. Yeah, that's actually going to feel.
It's gonna
This is
feel
getting-
good, but I feel like much messier.
Yeah, whatever.
So-
as long as it feels good, right? Like,
I don't know. I guess.
Well, I don't know. It sounds delicious. I'd be the toast sucking cock in this situation. The toast would go in my mouth as opposed to my cock going in its
What did
mouth.
he say again? He said cock.
you got to slurp up
Sucking
about all the
toast.
cock sucking toast I can take from you.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm sorry, I was trying to think of what jelly I would use then. You want grape because it doesn't have seeds in it.
I mean, if you use jam, it doesn't have seeds in it.
Okay, well, okay, so we're using jam with
Yeah, strawberry jam.
What's the difference between jelly and jam?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't jelly.
The preservatives, I think.
Yeah, I don't
I
want
can't
preserves.
jelly my cock in your ass.
See, and this is just assuming that the cock-sucking toast actually wants jelly on it or butter. Because what if
That's true.
the cock-sucking toast just likes to he's like, I don't want that shit. Yeah.
Raw
I
dog
like
it.
that you're wondering about the permissions of the toast.
Well,
Sorry,
I mean, if something's gonna.
I can't get over. I can't jelly my cock in your ass.
You've never heard that before? That one's old.
No, I've never heard that before. How would that have come up in my life anytime before
It's
this?
an old joke.
I can't jelly my cock in your ass.
To your point, Erica, if something's sucking my cock, I would do pretty much whatever that thing wants.
Cock sucking toast.
So I'd be very concerned
I'm
with it.
still concerned how the dynamics of that.
Well, okay, so if the toast is sentient,
Are you saying there's a weird power dynamic thing?
Well, I wouldn't be cheating on my
No.
wife. Like, it's a piece of toast. It's just going to suck my cock. What's the big deal? And then I'd be very nice to the piece of toast.
Joe,
'cause
that's
it's
your
sucking my
argument
cock.
for everything.
Cock sucking
The
toast.
thing that Laura's fine with it until she figures out finds out you use jelly. She's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
No wonder your pubes are all sticky. Jesus. I actually was eating an Uncrustable like yesterday or whatever, and a little piece fell on my chest hair, and I realized it till later. I was like, what the fuck? So I had to cut.
See, you
like-
toast an Uncrustable. That's a perfect receptacle.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's.
Anyway, we should stop. Anyway. Okay, so smoke is pouring out of his ears. Okay, so Decker gets tired of yelling and eventually just fires Slater. As Jack packs up his desk, the entire force, including the recently assigned digitalization of Humphrey Bogart, stops to watch him go.
Which was
Weird.
weird.
Yeah.
Because, like, okay. No, it was cool. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, Humphrey Bogart. I like the way that guy says it. But, like, was that Humphrey Bogart the actor? Or wasn't like, he says it was Humphrey Bogart. So it
Yeah,
wasn't
he
like
said
a
it's
cop
the
character that he was
black-
playing. So it was like,
it's also not Humphrey Bogart. He says the black and white digitalization of Humphrey Bogart.
yeah, but that still counts.
I
But,
guess.
but was it the actor? Like,
Yeah,
or
it's
was
gotta
it?
be.
Yeah, because he
It's-
said
it's
Humphrey
not-
Bogart.
Exactly. He said Humphrey Bogart. It's
Yeah,
not
so-
his character from Casablanca.
Okay, so if is he a cop in that? I've never seen.
I think he's a PI.
Okay,
No,
I,
wait. Doesn't he just own the bar
I have no
and
idea.
like was a PI or something? I don't remember.
But so if it's the actor, why would he be a cop? Was it like a lifelong dream of Humphrey Bogart or something to be a cop? Like, sorry, when I saw that, I was like, wait, why would it be Humphrey
Yeah,
Bogart
that's-
instead of like?
I don't
It looks like every single Getty image of him, he's dressed as like a PI type.
Or a detective.
Yeah, like a detective.
Yeah.
Like he's got like
Yeah, he's
your,
got the trench coat and the
the trench
hat.
coat and the hat. Yeah.
Sweetheart.
Anyway, yeah, sorry, I was like, wait, it's Humphrey Bogart. Like, why are you getting the actor? But I it's just again. nitpicking.
You type in Humphrey Bogart, and the top search results are last photo, Bogart old, Humphrey Bogart 1920s, Humphrey Bogart's teeth.
Jesus,
Click on it.
I don't like that.
Okay, I'm clicking on it.
How are they looking?
I mean, they're probably still good.
Yeah, I mean, he's
It's his teeth now.
it's a smile.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that's what I meant now.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
All right, well, and that's going to do it for this episode of See You at the Potty Richta. We're going to be back for the next episode. We're going to finish the summary and perhaps some other stuff. We'll see how it goes. But for Christopher Chapman Aaron Frescas and Eric Ashesky. I'm Joseph Beck Castro, and I can't think of anything else except for one thing. I guess we'll just say that.
See you at the party, Richter!
If you enjoy our show, please consider giving us a positive review on Apple Podcasts or your podcast app of choice. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Potty Richter to make sure you never miss an episode. See You at the Potty Richter is a production of Tape Deck Media. Follow Tape Deck on Instagram at tapedeck_media or look us up on Facebook for more hilarious podcasts.
This has been a Tape Deck Media production. Thank you for listening.